People will talk about firing the Celtics coach, but there's only one big decision in Boston. Do you trade or pay Jaylen Brown? Him and Jason Tatum could make over $500 million. Is that what you want? With the new salary cap, the roster would be super thin. I'm talking Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Blake Griffin, Luke Cornett. Maybe they bring back Taco Fall. But there's one huge twist. Jaylen has 1 year left on his contract. That means he can be traded. They're not at risk of losing him for nothing. So do you have Jaylen or a gigantic package of good picks and players? But what is the package? We will look at all the teams who want him and what Boston could get, but they also need a head coach. I don't care that Joe Mazzulla was randomly thrown into the job quick, no training camp. Some of what he did was inexcusable. The moment that sealed his fate was Game 4 against Philly. After this, everyone knew he is not ready for the job. James Harden hits a big three to put Philly up 1 with 18 seconds left. But the C's have 2 timeouts, so use one. Save a little time, draw up a play, but he didn't. Mazzulla trusted his guys. But Marcus Smart finally passes to Tatum to start the play. It's not working. He gets doubled. Call time. Bail your guy out. But no, Tatum hits Marcus Smart, who shoots after the buzzer. Didn't even use one timeout, he had 2? With 2, he could have drawn up a play and scored, and even if Philly comes back and scores, they have another timeout to use. That was awful. But first, today's video is sponsored by our friends at Prize Picks, who have an awesome promotion for the NBA Finals, and that is the Nikola Jokic free square. So we need to think about our one square to hit the entire thing. And I am gonna go with Caleb Martin's points, but we're going less. Look, I love the Caleb Martin story, but he is an undrafted guy for a reason. The Charlotte Hornets, although dumb, cut him for a reason. This is the finals, the bigger stage, the first game, so the crowd in Denver is going to be crazy. The air in Denver is super thin because they're a mile high, and so maybe Caleb Martin gets it going later, but not for game 1. So if you guys want an updated pick from me, be sure to follow me on social media, because on actual Thursday, day of game 1, I will give my updated picks. You can play Prize Picks in states like California, Florida, and Texas. And if you've never signed up, use the promo code AMHOOPS, get a 100% deposit match bonus. Mazzulla had weird moments like that with timeouts all year long, but that was ridiculous. So at first, Mazzulla said he didn't do anything wrong, but the next day,
hindsight's 2020. I should have called it to help us get a 2-for-1 or get a couple more possessions. And so, obviously with 14 seconds left down 1, you want to get as many chances as you can. So, definitely learn from that.
You will learn from that, great. But the Celtics are not a learn from that team. That's more like the Magic or the Rockets. Boston needs a coach who's already learned and who knows what to do. Little things like that are when coaching actually matters. And in a tight series, it could win or lose a big game. I mean, listen to what he said after they went 7 for 35 from 3 in game 6 and 9 for 42 in game 7.
Is this team too reliant on the three-point shot? Does that have to change?
No.
I would be shocked if Mazzulla comes back. So who do they get now? But before they interview Monty Williams or some assistant, what will the roster look like? Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have issues. In games 1 and 2 against Miami, Tatum didn't score a single field goal in the 4th quarter. He went a combined 0 for 3, but Jaylen was worse. Over the first 3 games, he scored under 17 points a night, about 10 below his average. 38% from the field, 10% from 3. Is that even real? Now, to be fair, he did hurt his hand, but this will make it a lot easier for Boston to move on. But if they even try to lowball Jaylen, he will demand a trade. Rumors say a supermax is the only way he stays because Jaylen is angry at the Celtics. Last summer, when Kevin Durant demanded a trade, reports said Boston offered Jaylen, Derek White, and picks. Jaylen was offended because he had just taken them to the finals. So we got on FaceTime with Tatum and the GM Brad Stevens, who said, We love you. Don't worry about anything. But Jaylen is a smart guy. He knew that report didn't come out of nowhere. It just didn't seem like that was the direction the organization was going in, but I don't know. It was hard to tell. Then, before KD went to Phoenix, the same reports came out about trading Jaylen Brown. So now he just called the team owner. Jaylen said, they'll tell you one thing, then behind closed doors, they'll say another, and they'll trade you off. Where I'm from in the South, if you don't come through the front door, it's considered disrespectful. I feel like everybody wants to come through the back door. The Celtics have messed up, not just by trying to trade Jaylen Brown, but then by lying to his face. But it gets even worse. Jaylen has taken shots at the team and Boston as a city. There's not a lot of room for people of color to come in and start a business. Even with me being a famous athlete, trying to start a business, trying to buy a house, trying to do certain things, you run into some adversity. I know for sure Jaylen would say, I'm not calling Boston racist, but come on, that is exactly what he's saying. If Boston tries so much as to offer him $1 million less than the max, he is gone. So where does he go? With 1 year left, Jaylen could tell all these teams, I'm not going to re-sign with you, so don't trade for me. The question is, what does he want for his career? If he wants to win, I think he should stay in Boston. If he wants to be the man, he'll go to like a younger team where he can put up big stats. So the list of candidates are the Blazers, Rockets, Hawks, Knicks, Bulls, Wizards, and Raptors. Now, I know people want the Warriors, but I will explain why that's impossible. The big rumor is James Harden and Jaylen Brown to Houston. The Rockets have money to sign Harden, and reports say they could offer Jalen Green and the number 4 pick in a trade. The Celtics would use those assets to get a win-now player like a Bradley Beal. And would you believe Houston is the most diverse city in America? They beat out big cities like New York, LA, and Miami. Seriously, Houston. But what about Portland? Obviously, the Celtics would want Damian Lillard back, but there is a way to get Dame and Jaylen Brown on the same team. The Celtics get Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. Blazers get Brown. Raptors get Derek White, Anthony Simon, Shaedon Sharpe, and the number 3 pick, which is Scoot. That is a haul for OG and Pascal. The Raptors would be ecstatic. The Celtics replace just Jaylen with 2 impact players, and the Blazers now have a big 3 of Jaylen, Dame, and Jeremy Grant. Now, I know that is a lot to give up just for Jaylen Brown, but this is their only realistic chance to get a player like that to pair with Dame. But the ultimate team that is on the rise is the New York Knicks. They get Jaylen for RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, and 3 firsts. Now, this is tough because trading a great player to your rival is sketchy, but New York has been waiting for this moment. They have Jalen Brunson on a team-friendly deal. They could offer as many picks as Boston wants to get this done. This offer could be too good to pass up, but we have to talk about the Atlanta Hawks because at first it looks like they don't have enough assets to trade, but it's Jalen's hometown. He could potentially say, I won't re-sign anywhere except Atlanta, which would hamstring all other offers and put the Hawks in the driver's seat. So what could they offer? With Jaylen Brown, the Hawks are a much better team. Trae Young has options. New coach Quinn Snyder is the perfect guy for on-court chemistry. Their best trade is John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Onyeka Okongwu, and 2 firsts for Jalen, Al Horford, and Danilo Gallinari for salary. Boston gets depth and good defense with Hunter, plus a young replacement at center with Okongwu. This isn't the best package, but Brown could force their hand by refusing to sign anywhere else. So the Warriors would have to trade a big contract like Klay Thompson, which isn't happening. Oh, and the Celtics do not want Jordan Poole. But if the Bulls wanted to rebuild, Jalen to the Warriors, Zach LaVine to the Seas, Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Mike Muscala for salary, and a first. But whatever happens, it would require a 3rd team to get involved. Now, Boston moves on from Jalen. There will be a ton of teams that are interested. But the finals is Denver and Miami. My official prediction is in this video. Also, the one change that put Denver in the finals beyond just Jamal Murray getting healthy. Check it out.